Here's something I bet you didn't know. Institutional traders just sold the most amount of stocks last week in more than 9 years. So what do they know that we don't? Well, this is the first time tons of recession indicators have went off, yet we have not seen a recession and the Fed continues to attempt a soft landing. However, maybe institutions are setting up for a post-election crash or a 2025 crash, or a crash that hasn't been here since 2008, right? A crash to that degree, since this is the most selling of stocks they have done in 9 years. And we also seen Warren Buffett start selling this year, and people are trying to track why he is doing so. And you could say goodbye to SMCI stock, down 30% after Ernst & Young announces they refuse to audit the company going forward. EY is, in quotes, unwilling to be associated with the financial statements prepared by management, which is overall not a good look, and this company doesn't have the best looks prior to this. Last night we uploaded a video about GameStop heading its way to the moon when Roaring Kitty basically disclosed publicly that he is completely out of Chewy. This is not him coming on Twitter, this is him dropping a 13G filing showing his ownership back to zero at Chewy. And the last sale was actually, I believe, September 30th, so it is a little bit of a late publication of this. But how convenient, the newest news we have, and this was posted yesterday, I just did not cover it. Computershare says we are experiencing some technical issues at the moment. We are working on these as a priority and are sorry for the inconvenience. Now they then followed to try and say this is only for the UK, guys. Yet plenty of people were also complaining that it was US as well. Now keep in mind this was exactly about the same time the whole Roaring Kitty situation happened and GameStop started pumping last night. But it doesn't end there. There was another quote-unquote glitch for GameStop heading to $30 after hours, or 43 Canadian dollars. And here's a screenshot just to show you what that looks like. 43.77 CAD coming out to about 31 US dollars. Now if you also saw this glitch, let me know in the comments down below for all of my Canadians out there. If you guys haven't yet, like the video and subscribe to the channel. GameStop's options chain is looking beautiful with 53,000 calls, creating a nice little gamma ramp expiring in the money as of right now. Some of those calls being mine and some Discord members as well, and basically no puts, and under 1,000 puts expiring in the money. Keep in mind we do have 24,000 puts expiring out of the money, as well as 84,000 calls expiring out of the money, premium going to market makers as well. Overall, options chain looking beautiful. We know that some bigger players, some whales loaded up on options as well. GameStop is up 3.97%, was up 6% after hours trading, then came all the way up this morning to $24.50, which is close to our resistance level at 25, but not quite there. Now GameStop on the daily time frame is looking better than ever, breaking out of this flag, getting a full candle building out of it, and keep in mind sitting pretty right above Roaring Kitty's average at about $23.40, give or take some change. So Roaring Kitty is now green on GameStop, and hey, he may have even dollar cost averaged in, because keep in mind under this line is when he sold Chewy, and we know most of the time he puts his capital back into GameStop, which would be about 12.7 million shares worth that he could afford, and that's at the price now, so he could probably have afforded 12 to 16 million shares or so down here. Where I see GameStop going, based on the momentum we're getting, I'm looking for another candle to bring us at least up to 25 to 25.30, probably tomorrow. We don't want a pullback, but if we do get a pullback, I'd watch for at most $22.40 for a deep pullback on GameStop. I personally wouldn't like that. I want the momentum to continue to snowball so that we can get higher and higher prices to eventually bring us to 29 bucks, maybe next week. AMC 460 up 3.38%, finally starting to stretch its way from $4.35, which is something that we want to see. Still a little bit barcodey, and we could use a lot more volume on AMC and a lot more gamma ramp to happen. So this is just where we stand right now. We are sitting in the point of interest, and the point of interest is pointing that we go upwards. So what does this mean? Well, based on the patterns that we have drawn out, AMC is likely to see moves up instead of moves down, because we invalidated something, at least as of right now, which is staying under 435 for this time period, right? Instead, we're getting that melt up instead of the flush down. Overall, beautiful things to see across the board. Now, with the with these stocks pumping on Volkswagen's anniversary of its short squeeze on October 28th, unfortunately, Volkswagen is plunging. Volkswagen profit plunges 42% in the third quarter amid weak demand, which is going to lead me right into talking about earnings before we talk about the overall market. Reddit was up 25% last night. I made a YouTube short on it and covered it in yesterday's video, but now it is up 40%, almost 41%. The memes are ripping heads off. Altcoins are ripping heads off, and Reddit is at $114.40. What I can tell you right now, a lot of volume coming in. A lot of Redditors are going to be buying up this stock, bringing in the hype, bringing in the momentum for not only Reddit, but GameStop, AMC, some other plays as well. It is way too dangerous to try and jump in on puts, but not only that, you're going to get probably IV crush, which is implied volatility, overpaying for the premium for these contracts. Overall, it's just not worth betting. At some point, you're going to get clapped like a short seller. Yesterday, we lost on Visa puts. However, it was a little bit of a game. 2 of us in Discord bet puts, 2 of us in Discord bet calls, maybe give or take some more people who didn't disclose. And Visa is up 3.7%. Now, sometimes we miss earnings plays, but what I usually don't miss is price targets. I said Visa's either coming down to 273 or 293, and we came up and hit that level at 293, and now we're playing as resistance, clearly in this supply zone for Visa. Speaking of Visa, Visa launches real-time Bitcoin and crypto purchases with debit cards in partnership with Coinbase, which is going to lead us into Coinbase because Coinbase has earnings tonight, trading at 219, basically flat on the day. Here are my price targets for Coinbase. Coinbase, and write these down, is either going to pop up to 264.75 or it is going to dump to 161.45. 264.75, 161.45. These are huge ranges for Coinbase, and this is one of the main ones that I'm going to be watching tonight to play. I will be disclosing in Discord which way I end up playing this. Now, can you believe that people are getting to see my trades as soon as I enter them? Getting to see insider trades as soon as they enter them? Huge dark pool prints of institutions purchasing up, option sweep orders, and market news as soon as they can, and ultimately talking with amazing people for the price of this. I paid for this Dunkin' coffee this morning alone is for an entire month, all of the value you get out of that. If you're not in my Discord, I'm pinning the top link in the description to get in now before the price ends up going up. And remember, you're grandfathered in at the price you pay. AMD, we missed as well, down 10% on the day. Got a nasty rejection up here, came down, and based on this ascending support trend line that it has bounced off of several times. I don't think AMD is going to continue to bleed. I think at some point right around this range, I'm going to be looking for a call entry back in this medium to long term, unless the market goes south, right? Meta also reports earnings tonight. Based on Meta's chart, if we see some downside, I'm watching 536, and I personally unfortunately think this is the more likely scenario. However, I do not want that to happen. I also wouldn't be surprised if sometime soon Meta decides to do some sort of stock split because it is almost $600 a share. If they announce some positive earnings tonight, the stock goes up and they announce a stock split, this is probably a likely scenario for Meta. Overall, if it is bad, 536, I'm watching. Etsy also reports tonight. However, the chart has not been looking well, but it could be a potential play. I'm really not paying attention too much to that one, but Microsoft 436.71. Here are my price targets. Microsoft is either going to have a nice earnings and come up to 457, or it's going to drop to 405, which is only about a 5% one way or the other, which is basically what Google had overnight. This is what I expect Microsoft to do as well. Speaking of Microsoft, Microsoft shareholders have started voting on whether to buy Bitcoin for its corporate treasury, which is going to ultimately lead us into Bitcoin, the overall market, and then Nvidia to close out the video. 72,300, Bitcoin getting its first rejection. We really want to see how it holds up and reacts right here. See if buyers are going to keep their foot down. Now, I said I'm going to be bullish on the market if one thing happens. Instead of getting another candle basing at the top of this range, I want 2 candles to base below before I move higher, which I am getting my confirmation today to potentially enter calls end of day, because I think the SPY is going to want to rally up to its all-time high Thursday or Friday, okay? I'm going to stand by that, and that is a bold statement, but this is what I see happening for the SPY, and I'm excited to see it play out. Last but not least, Nvidia is fighting resistance right around 139.50, and I'm waiting for confirmation to see if Nvidia is going to hold and close above this so I can enter some calls, or get a nice rejection here and play it down to 135, probably 130 overall. That is what I got for you guys for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed watching or found value out of the video. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, join the family on this journey to financial freedom, get in the Discord. It's the top link in the description. I appreciate all of you guys. As far as the second channel goes for lottery vlogs, I have some videos prepped for you guys. It's just I want to make sure the format is right for you guys to actually be entertained and enjoy the videos that get posted over there. So overall, I'm excited to post some videos over there for only those people who care and who aren't going to judge, or my life unscripted. Again, if you only want to see me for financial aspect side of things, stay with the channel Lottery Stocks right here. I love you guys. I love you. I appreciate all the support, and I want to talk with you more, so make sure to be in the Discord. Also, there's 2 links under the video below the Discord link. One of them is for Moomoo, where you can get up to 15 free stocks for signing up through the link and depositing into your account. It's a free broker that keeps your money insured like the other ones, but they're also giving you 8.1% APY on your uninvested cash for 3 months. Then it turns to 5.1% for the entire year, which most high yield savings accounts do not even do that. If you have any money in the bank, there's literally no reason to not open a Moomoo account. It'll take you 2 minutes. They're also giving you level 2 order book data for free, access to trading options, going long, going short, viewing other exchanges, and more as a retail trader, guys. So go press that link, open an account, and make a deposit into there. Lastly, my custom indicator is the top of the description, pattern detection and forecasting. I'm so glad to say that the people who get this are loving it, and it is helping them trade. It detects patterns, forecasts what the stock might do, and it also sends you out price targets so you can mess with the time frames. That is it. I love you all. Lottery Stocks out.